Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Now in this video, I would like to share how you can actually utilize and how you can actually log in to create your own expression of interest under the immigration SkillSelect system, which will allow you to actually access to potentially being invited as an independent skill migration or perhaps business migration as well. So let's jump into the actual immigration's web page. Now if you cannot find this, it's pretty easy. All you need to do is go to Google and type in Home Affairs. That's the name of the web site name for immigration of Australia, and then put a space, put in SkillSelect. That's all you need to do, and you should be able to land yourself on this web page from the Department of Home Affairs of Australian government. Now the first page will actually show you what it is. So SkillSelect is actually a system that's created by the Department of Immigration of Australia, which allows people to actually put in their expression of interest to migrate to Australia. Then Australian government will utilize this huge pool to actually access to all the informations and pick the brightest skilled migrants and send them an invitation for them to actually come and immigrate to Australia. So that's basically what it does. Now the reason they name it skill is basically they're looking for skill talented people. The skill can be based on your qualification, experiences, or perhaps in your business or investment skills. So the overview basically says what I just explained. So what it does to access for skilled workers and business persons, and all you need to do is to have an EOI done and put it into this pool. So the EOI in SkillSelect basically is looking for people who has the new work experiences, higher qualification, English language ability, and other stuff, perhaps like business skill and things like that. So that gets you to actually be able to access to the independent skill regional, and that's the 491, 190, 189 visas, and perhaps the business innovation investment visa, that's the 188 and 132 visas. So the new GTI is not here. GTI has a new the other way to actually submit it, because they're given priorities to those global talented individuals. Now how you got to do this is that you can actually click on the second tab that will actually show you step by step of how you're gonna do it. So first of all, you need to go to EOI system, click this link, and you go in there, and all you need to do is to have your email ready, get an authorization, create an account, and then once that's done, you can put all these information in there. Now the key here is make sure that the rule of thumb for the EOI and then the SkillSelect system is that once you get invited, the documentation provided has to be the dates before the invitations. For instance, there are individuals who probably very smart and they think, oh, I can get IELTS 7, so no worry about this, I can pass my SkillSelect skill assessments. So then go in there to the EOI and create EOI and press submit. Now unfortunately, if they invited you before you can actually get your IELTS result, or before you can get your skill assessment done, then this whole EOI will be vanished, could be void, and you'll be wasting time and money. For instance, today may be 2020 July 15th. So I might think, well, I can pass all this information, these criteria. Let's just put in the EOI and put myself as an accountant. Okay. Then the next day, the 16th of July, I get invited, but I haven't got my results. My result coming out for IELTS or skill assessment is the 18th or 20th or even October or November or late in 2020. So that will be void. So all what that's going to happen is that's going to result in rejections, wasting of money. You get a visa refusal, and all efforts done. It's all gone. Okay, so I wanted to I want to emphasize this because I've seen a lot of people, they DIY themselves in the EOI and then they fail at the end. They come to us and say, oh, what do I do? Do I appeal? I said, look, if you get invited before you actually get your assessment or your English test and stuff like that, then that's gonna be all void. So you cannot do that. You gotta make sure that you have every single supporting evidence ready, and that's the best practice. And then you lodge and submit an EOI. Okay. Now, so step 2 is you sign in and pick your visa type. You can pick 189, 190, 491, 1AA. You need to pick those one. Now, also there's another thing. You can actually create multiple EOIs. For instance, you might want to lodge a 189. You may also want to lodge a 190 for Queensland, and another 190 for New South Wales, and another 491 for South Australia. You can create multiple. You just have to make sure that you manage them, okay? And you need to put your English testing result, qualifications, skill assessment, and all in the employment history, blah blah blah. And finally, you review them and press submit. So make sure at the time of you pressing the submit, you have every single of these evidences ready. Now, the other thing that I want to show you is that you actually utilize invitation round tab. Now that actually giving you directions. It gives you an overview of what has been happened. So due to the pandemic issues, current year has only been invited, and the invitation only issued until 11th of April. There's no more other invitations since. So, but this actually give you a guideline, a way to see. Now you see. The total number being invited is 50. It's very low due to the pandemic issues, but then you can actually see how the average points for these occupations are. Now, just to let you know that the listed of occupation here are the commonly all the very competitive occupations here. That's why the minimum score is so high. It's 95 or 105. It's actually very high, but it doesn't mean that all the other occupations is at that kind of score required. Now, for example, if you do nursing, or if you're a lawyer, if you're solicitors, or you're architects, I don't think you're required to hit that kind of numbers in score. Now, following that, it gives you a table of how many people are actually being invited during every month, and also in possibly in other states as well. Now, they're also giving you a publicized information on the previous round. You can actually click in there and actually see what happened in March, or what happened in 2019 October perhaps. Okay, so that's all the open source information that you can actually use to actually making sure that you are on the right track. Now, if we go back to the top, the final thing I want to show you is that you can actually use this occupation ceiling. Now, what does that mean? That means every occupation under the SkillSelect system does have a ceiling, meaning that it has a maximum number of invitation can be done over the year. Now, because of the pandemic issues that 2019 and 2020, they never reached the ceiling, but it actually gives you the overview what is lack and what is not lack. So when you pick your occupation, or perhaps picking your profession to actually for study abroad, you may want to pick something that has higher number on the occupation ceiling. That means they want more of these kind of skills, okay? And for instance, we go down to see this one, secondary school teachers, 8,000. That means they have lack of these secondary school teachers, okay? Now, or we go into, look at this, nurses, 70,509. They need a lot of nurses. So you pick those kind of occupational professions, you have much more higher chances to actually gain the invitation as well. Okay, so that's the video for today, basically just to introduce and explain how the SkillSelect or EOI actually work in the Department of Home Affairs of Australia government. Should you have more information or require, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. And finally, I would like to ask you to consider subscribe to my channel, so once we have more information or news, you will be the first one of getting them. Thank you for watching. I see you in the next video. Goodbye.